Thanks for joining us on Khari Free at Last on Bounce 23 TV. I'm Khari in Ahara. For much of American history, black men and women straightened or cut their hair to look presentable because black hair, well, frankly speaking, was considered bad hair. During the 1960s and 70s, natural black hair became a political statement. Today, black hairstyles still provoke ugly comments and efforts to change it. Joining me to sort this out is TalkTainmentRadio.com host Irv Jallow, community activist S. Yolanda Robinson, and author Donella Martin Braddox. S. Yolanda Robinson, you were back there with me. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. No way. You were way before me.
Oh, come on.
You know it. All right. Now, black hair was considered bad hair. Is that true?
No, well, at first it was, and then we made a statement. We started wearing our hair in afros and in braids and saying that I'm proud. I'm black and I'm proud.
I'm black and I'm proud. What does black and proud mean?
It means that you're proud of who you are, and you're proud of being African American.
Are black people proud of their hair? Truth be told, Donella, are black people proud of their hair? Yolanda's fumbling and stumbling over there.
I think for the most part we are.
Are we proud of their hair? Tell the truth.
Let's look at the historical context of this. It's very complex. You have in the 1850s scientist Peter Brown who actually said that blacks and whites are different species because white people have hair and black people have wool. And so when you have a scientist that makes this statement and basically people believe it, and you bring in the historical context of our hair, we had to tie our hair up in order to be presentable as servants.
Well, was he looking at a lamb or a sheep? I mean, it is kind of similar, don't you think? I mean, what's wrong with that? I mean, didn't they say Jesus had hair like lamb's wool? Yes, somebody help me, didn't they say that?
That's what they said, Khari.
So what's wrong with our hair?
Absolutely nothing. Your hair is not nappy, it is curly, it is coiled just like the outer universe. It coils just like that. So yeah,
why
there's
is it such a big issue in our community, Yolanda?
Well,
I mean, hair. I mean, why can't we get past this hair thing?
Hair has always been not an issue.
Why?
But we have used hair back even before the 1800s. We were using hair pieces and wigs.
Why?
Because the longer that it took to get your hair, the more done, the more affluent you were. Women used to get their hair done.
So what you're telling me is that. So what you're telling me, naps and kinky hair was unpresentable. Is that what you're telling me?
No, they used to do all different kinds of different hairstyles.
You just said
braids,
done. What does done mean? Getting your hair done means what?
That you're going to perm it. You're going to fry it.
You're going to straighten it out.
You're going to straighten it out to look more European, such as you want to look like your captors. Come on, let's keep it real.
Even back then, there wasn't any straighteners. They were getting their hair braided or twisted.
Oh, wait a minute.
Madam C.J. Walker.
To get
Madam
your hair
C.J.
done.
Walker, didn't she come out with something
Madam
that said
C.J.
straightening your hair
Well,
is
that
going to
was
be
straightening comb.
That was after that.
But when we got off the slave ships, what they did do was they said that we had dreadful, awful hair, and they cut it off. They cut your hair off.
Do most black women believe that today?
I don't believe that.
Do most black women believe that today? Tell the truth, shame the devil.
Absolutely.
How about telling the truth? Yeah, why do you say they believe that?
Absolutely, because Madam C.J. Walker, she became the first self-made female millionaire in this country at a time where the average white family was considered well off, making $25 a week. And now it's a $507 billion industry. Black women are spending $500 billion on their hair. So it's absolutely a big deal. It's the biggest deal with black women.
It is the biggest deal with black. I mean, we see it all the time.
I would say it is, but it...
Why? But I'm still asking why.
Everybody has different hairstyles.
Who cares about what's on top of the head? It should be what's in the brain. Why is such a big deal made over this?
Well, the men like different hairstyles.
Blame it on us.
For the guys.
Blame it on the brother. It always gets blamed on us.
No, it's not.
We don't. Wait a minute. We don't tell you how to wear your hair, do we?
The one in your selection process.
You mean to tell me if you wear your natural hair, you can't get any play from us? Is that what you're telling me?
That's not true.
That's not true.
I'm asking.
No,
I'm asking.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell.
Oh, you're going to tell me quickly.
I'm going to tell. In the early 90s, I cut all my hair off, and it was white men and Latino men who considered me more beautiful.
Yes.
Black men wanted me to have straight hair.
Oh,
I'm gonna side
come
with
on.
Donella.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What's the evidence?
When I,
What's it?
because
That's
when
a
I
personal thing.
when I first
It is
cut
very-
my hair to do my locks, they're not dreads, they're locks. When I first started doing my locks and I cut my hair shorter than yours, black men were not attracted to me. They told me I looked like a boy. And so yes, it was more Latino, more white men who showed an interest.
So wait a minute. Wait a minute. So what you're telling me is that black men are the problem?
I didn't say
That's the
that.
reason why you're wearing straight, long hair? It's our problem? Is that what you're saying?
I think, too, that black men also have a problem. The number one thing that we need to do is we need to do the history and the research on this hair. In the beginning, there was the word, and the word was hair.
I tell you what, no afros or braids allowed. Up next on Khari, Free at Last. Welcome back to Khari, Free at Last on Bounce 23 TV. In September of this school year, a black community school in Tulsa, Oklahoma, rescinded language labeling and banning dreadlocks, afros, and mohawks as unacceptable and health hazards. Should these hairstyles be banned or permitted in schools and in the workplace? Joining me to sort this out is TalkTainmentRadio.com host Irv Jallo, community activist S. Yolanda Robinson, and author Donella Martin Braddix. Now, look, they said these dreadlocks like yours are health hazards.
I have locks.
Wait a minute, they're health hazards. You get disease in them, you be leaning over food, you can get caught in fires. I mean, you know, they be tripping all over them. Why do you need to wear 20-foot dreadlocks?
That
Why?
is so silly. That is silly. That is really silly. You can tie your hair up. You can do whatever you want. This is expression of me and my freedom to be who I am.
But that's not workplace.
It is
the workplace.
workplace.
You shouldn't be dressed like that in the
Why
workplace,
not?
should you?
Why? I should have long,
tell me-
straight hair?
Well, tell me why you should.
Why shouldn't I? It's who I am.
Well, you
it's
got
a
long
part
hair
of me.
anyway.
Okay, and it's a part of me. I can't express myself.
You can't express yourself with straight hair?
I don't want to perm my hair. Do you know that black women have green scalps when they go to get their autopsies because we are the #1 women who get perms in their hair, so our scalps are green. So if your scalp is green, what else is going on?
Are you
what
saying
else
black
are you
women
killing?
should stop perming?
Absolutely, it's a
Totally?
chemical. Yeah, it's a chemical.
You agree with that, Donella?
I think we're in a particular situation in that we're the only group of people where our hair is not considered acceptable as it grows out of our heads.
Do
And
you
that's a
think
serious
black women ought
problem.
to stop perming?
I think black women need to seriously consider the fact that any race of people can go outside with their hair as it is naturally and be deemed okay.
All right, so
and we
natural
can't.
means you don't use no dye either, right? So,
You can use
no,
henna.
whoa, wait a minute. You said, oh, you know, why not? Natural means you don't
Okay.
use dye, you don't use perm, you don't use oil, you don't use nothing.
Okay,
you just let
not,
it go.
Yeah,
let's not
Wait,
get
whoa,
ridiculous,
Yes.
Khari. We
Oh.
still need beauty.
You still need oil.
We still need beauty.
Oh, you don't have beauty with your natural hair?
But the thing of, it's human nature to want to decorate oneself.
You can decorate yourself with all of them chemicals. Yolanda, do you still need dye? I mean, why do you dye your hair if you feel like you're so beautiful?
Because that's what I like to do. I mean, I think you should have freedom of expression on how you want to wear your hair, how you want to, and if it's natural, if you want to wear your hair braided, that's the beauty of being a woman. You can change your hairstyles and
Would you
and do
hire
that.
a salesman, an African American male salesman who had a mohawk? Would you?
Who had a mohawk?
Who had a mohawk, a show enough mohawk. Would you hire him to represent your company to sell your product? Would you?
I'd have to think about that,
no,
Khari. because I don't
it's
know.
natural beauty.
Is he a good salesperson?
Yes, he's a good salesperson.
excellent.
He's
He's
a
a
graduate,
salesperson.
but he's just got a mohawk.
If
Would you
he's a
hire
good
him to sell?
salesperson.
I would.
Would you?
Sales?
You're taking too long. Danella, what
Okay,
would you
no,
do? Would
I'm
you
not
hire him?
taking-
Depends
Tell the
on
truth.
what I'm selling.
Well, okay, you're selling
I might be
automobiles.
selling the mohawks.
You're selling automobiles to high-end customers. He comes out with a mohawk. Are you gonna sell it?
Well, naturally, you have to think about an image, but
What's wrong with a mohawk?
There's absolutely
If
nothing wrong
she
with a
can wear
mohawk.
these braids and these dreadlocks and
you
all the
call
way
them
down to
dreadlocks,
your back, what's wrong with the brother having a mohawk?
It's
Nothing.
about
If he wants to look like an Indian, what's wrong with that?
If this brother is qualified for that position, I will hire you. Because it's not about what you look like on the outside. It's about what you are producing and what you have on the inside.
It's about the image of that corporation. Would you hire a guy with a, wait a minute, he's got mohawk, he got tattoo right there.
Now, see, you adding stuff.
Yeah, I'm adding it. But he's a great salesperson. Would you hire him?
The bottom line is, am I going to make some money?
Well,
am I going to make some money in my business? If this guy is a good salesperson, if he can bring in the dollars,
so
you can have image all along. I could have people dressed
corporate
in
image doesn't matter. Your company's image doesn't matter.
Your image is important.
He got a tattoo right there. He got a mohawk.
If you're not bringing any money in, if your company's not bringing any dollars in, what do you want, the dollars or the image?
Good question. Donella, which one would you want?
Well, I just have to get back to the fact that it's a shame and a travesty that something such as black women's hair should be a point of debate. A black woman's hair, as it is naturally, is not a mohawk. A mohawk is something that someone chose to create for themselves, and they have to accept the consequences.
Black women have made it a point of debate. Black women have made it a point of debate. Black women are the ones that are buying these products. Black women are the ones that are, wait a minute, that are dyeing their hairs, wearing wigs, and all that kind. It ain't black men doing this. Well, you guys are doing it, and then blaming everybody else.
But let me just make a correction, because you're talking a lot about dye. There are natural things that you can do to color your hair, such as henna. So there's natural things that you can do. You don't have to go out and buy a weave. My problem with the weave is we don't control that industry. That's a multi-billion-dollar industry that we supply to somebody else to make that money off of.
So if you're wearing weaves, I don't know who you are. That's the problem.
I've never had a weave.
You come in looking one way, and then when you take that weave off,
well, you know, it works for some. It works.
That's the problem. But see, that's deception. Don't y'all want to tell the truth and be who you are, or do you want to be somebody else? Explain this to me.
Well, I can speak for myself, and I want to, be who I am, but I can't speak for the next sister. The next sister may not know who she is. She may be discovering herself, but that's not for me to say. That's for her to find her path.
Are black women having problems with who they are, Yolanda?
I think that we have, there's an image that's put up in front of us that says that this is beautiful and black is not beautiful. I think that...
Do we buy it?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, the whole society buys in it.
So there's a whole problem.
There's an image of whiteness that we buy into. The people are bleaching their skin, they're straightening their hair.
Wearing blonde hair,
and we see this image in the entertainment business.
A lot.
We have seen a lot of our entertainers that have had, they were naturally beautiful. And then you said, what happened? They had the prettiest complexion. They're dying, they're bleaching their complexion, they're changing their
nose, changing their lips.
And this is the image. If you look like this, you're going to be successful. It doesn't have a lot to do with your skills.
So does that work well in the workplace also?
It works, I can't say if it works in the workplace. I'm kind of stumbling because it just depends on the individual.
No, it doesn't. Most corporate women that I see do not have afros and braids.
They have
perms and straight hair.
Yes,
right.
That's the way that works.
Fit into corporate
Even
America.
if you look at in Obama's administration, the top people have perms and straight hair. So what are you talking about? It doesn't work.
Well, I've seen some people in corporate businesses that have had short afros. And
very few.
So I've
very
seen
rare.
Very few have the locks as well.
So what you're telling me is that same thing is still in place.
Yes. Absolutely. That was an issue with the anchor, Rhonda Lee, who was criticized online for her short, natural, close-cropped hair. And she was actually fired by the network for defending it. So all of these things, I think...
Because the network has standards. If you're not going to live up to my standards, then you don't need to work here.
Then they shouldn't have hired her in the first place.
Still struggling with self-esteem. Still struggling with self-esteem. Up next on Khari Free at Last. Welcome back to Khari Free at Last on Bounce 23 TV. During the 2012 Olympics, African-American women criticized 16-year-old gold medalist Gabby Douglas for her uncombed hair. Are black women still struggling with hair acceptance issues, self-esteem, and self-identity? Joining me to sort this out is TalkTainmentRadio.com show host Earth Jalla, community activist S. Yolanda Robinson, and author Donella Martin Braddocks. They criticized this young 16-year-old girl. She made history, Earth. She did wonderful things, and the black women got online and talked about her hair.
I was very, very disappointed in the black women who did that. It's not about her hair. It was about the sport. Everybody doesn't have to look the same. There was absolutely nothing wrong with Gabby's natural hair. How much more can it be for you if it's growing out of your scalp?
What is this self-esteem issue, Donella?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, after all these years, after 350 years, the year 2013, we're supposed to be past this. Why is this still there?
Let's not underestimate the power of the Hollywood machine. When I was in Japan, you had women who were Asian who were dyeing their hair blonde. They have a product called Celebrity White in order to look white. So you've got people across the world who don't even speak English who are dying to meet this white ideal. Meanwhile, we've been here and we've had this pressure on us all along that you're not, you're too black, your hair is too nappy, you're not pretty enough. And then you look at music.
So the white idea is the norm.
The white, not only is it the norm, it's the, it's the epitome of beauty that we're still trying to meet, unfortunately. And I'm ashamed. I'm airing a dirty laundry right now. I'm going to air it. But, black women are still ashamed of the way we look.
Yep.
Still.
Wow, Yolanda, I mean...
I think every day that you wake up and every time you go out into society...
Wait a minute, hold up.
I'm not ashamed of the way I look.
She just said that you were.
But you get these mixed messages, subliminal messages. You get the messages from corporate America.
Yolanda,
in
she
the
just
media.
said that black women are afraid of the way they look. Is that true, Earth?
Yes, we are.
Why?
We are, because we don't accept who we are, because we have the image of this skinny white model, and everybody wants to look like her with the blonde hair. I don't do blonde hair. If you're blonde, if you're a black woman and your hair isn't naturally blonde, come on now, come on, against your beautiful black skin.
Well,
come on.
Wait a minute, you've got all these braids now, you got these afros now. You mean to tell me, in spite of all of this stuff, the same old feelings are there, Donella?
Absolutely, and even white women are victims of this. Let's look at the hair care industry with white women. Is it your mother's side, your father's side, or peroxide? There's not all of these blondes walking around here. Everybody's not Scandinavian. So they're even victims of the same propaganda
like
they're perpetuating.
So this sounds like a Nazi kind of thing, because that's what the Nazis talked about, blonde and blue-eyed and pale skin and all that kind of stuff. Is that what you're kind of working under?
Those messages are sent to us. It's sent to us by our entertainment, in the entertainment world. We see some of the entertainers that had naturals or had their skin natural, and now they're bleaching. They're bleaching. They're changing their hairstyles. And
what do you tell your daughter?
Message that you get
Donella, you have a young daughter. What do you tell your daughter? What will you tell your daughter?
Well, I won't tell her anything. What I will show her are images of beautiful brown girls with hair that looks like hers, so that she gets that subconscious imprinting that, hey, I'm okay. Not only am I okay, but I'm beautiful.
Now, I'm going to throw something else out. Is there a color tone problem also amongst black women? The lighter you are, the more beautiful you are, the darker you are, the less accepted you are. The thicker your lips, the thicker your noses, the kinkier your hair. Is all this there still?
Yes, it's still there. It's very, very prominent today. It's even within our own families.
So the light-skinned women get chosen with straight hair, and the dark-skinned women with very kinky hair don't get chosen.
Absolutely, better treatment. And it's for the males as well.
Wow, they have a higher rate of not being married, not being chosen?
Yes, and a higher rate of hostility in the workforce when you're working around a lot of Caucasians. It is a mess. It is a mess.
You mean to tell me dark-skinned women, when they walk in, are greater targets than light-skinned women when they walk in? Especially if they've got afros or if they've got braids, because they look, what, militant? Is that right, Yolanda?
Yes, and it's very divisive, not only in the workforce, but it's divisive in families, it's divisive in... We have to really start dealing with this issues of color and hair, because it's dividing families, it's dividing...
It's still there.
Dividing in the relationship.
It is still there.
It's still there. I was happy when we had songs like I'm Black and I'm Proud. I used to get up in the morning and dance to it, and go out happy.
What happened?
You don't hear those songs anymore.
What happened to all that? How did we get to the point where skin color, hairstyle is creating this kind of division? Yolanda?
it just, I don't know how it happened. I wish I
It's
did.
time
It
to
happened,
know.
It happened
Captivity.
overnight.
Captivity.
I mean, just
it happened when we got here through captivity. The field slave, the house slave. This is nothing new. We have not
No, but
dealt
there
with
was
it.
a period when we were
Not
proud
all of us,
our hair.
but not all
we
of
were
us.
Proud
Do
of our
light-skinned black women with straight hair think they look better?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
think they're privileged.
Yeah, they are.
What'd
Some
you
of them
say?
think
They
they're
think they're what?
privileged.
Is that true, Donella?
Well, I'll tell you one thing, the music industry, the video industry would come to a halt if it weren't for the mixed, you know, half Asian, half black girls, you know, and now the mulattoes. Do we still use the word mulatto?
I do.
So what you're telling me is that for the dark-skinned, kinky-haired black female, she has no future. That's what you're telling me. That she will not be selected, she will not get a job, she will have no man. Is that what you're telling me?
It's not a end-all, say-all, but they have a harder time. They really have a harder time. Light-skinned black women are more privileged. They're the first to do this. They're the first to do that. It's very hurtful. It's hurtful because it's within our own
You mean to tell me
group.
350 years later, that hasn't changed?
Nope.
And we have to work to change it.
No. We've been working to change
we
it.
have
No,
to
we haven't.
continue.
No.
We don't
What is-
haven't. We
Why
don't haven't.
hasn't that changed?
We haven't.
Somebody tell me, Donella, quickly, why hasn't that changed?
Because we live in a society where we get so many imprints quickly of what, you know, we're taught what is attractive, what is desirable. And so what we're taught is unfortunately still that white ideal. And until
Well,
we
what
get...
happened to diversity? I thought that
That's
was
a good
supposed to
question.
change
You know,
already.
we have to continue to fight.
Well, you know something? You just want to be white. Up next on Khari, Free at Last. Welcome back to Khari, Free at Last on Bounce 23 TV. Straightening hair has been perceived as a way to be more acceptable to certain relatives, but more importantly, it's been perceived as being more acceptable to the white establishment. To some, relaxing one's hair is seen as being white. True or false? Joining me to sort this out is TalkTainmentRadio.com host Irf Jallo, community activist Yolanda Robinson, and author Donella Martin Braddox. All right, if you straighten your hair, does that mean you want to be white, Yolanda? Yes or no?
That means-
No dead air. Yes or no?
That
Don't
means
sit
that
here
you
and
like
pause.
straight hair.
No, well, does that mean you
And
want to
that's
be
why-
white?
yeah,
Huh?
it means that
Mirror,
you're
mirror
trying
on
to
the
be-
wall?
yeah,
You're looking in the mirror, so you straighten your hair. Who you trying to be like? Huh? Come on.
My hair is natural.
Is it natural straight? Yeah.
No, it's not natural straight. It's curly.
All right. Do you straighten it?
No,
You never straighten your hair.
I did a long time
And so
ago.
you don't do it now? Huh? Donella, what about you?
Do I straighten my hair?
What duh? see now, the privileged women. The privileged
The
women.
privilege.
The light-skinned privileged women. They can't.
I'm really light-skinned. I'm not really light-skinned.
I don't straighten my hair.
You don't?
I don't straighten my hair.
You know, oh, what's that up there? That's not straight?
This is not straight, no.
That's a
Straightening-
natural texture.
Now, manipulations can occur. But I do not chemically straighten my hair, and I do not hot comb my hair. No.
I love that word, manipulation.
Well, you don't have to ask me because, you know, clearly we see
Well, you
that.
got straight hair, too.
Is it straight?
Yeah, it's straight.
It's locked.
It's straight. That hair is straight.
Okay.
Long and straight. So, you know, when you wear these braids also, or these dreadlocks, is that
locks.
all? It might be locks, but they're long and straight. Is that still the desire to have straight hair?
No, because like I told you before, off the boat they cut my hair. They cut it all off, and I was bald. So no, it's not a. I don't want to be have straight hair. If I wanted to have straight hair, I would just grow it and I would perm it, or I would brush it and let it naturally
I'm gonna go back
take
to this
its
question.
course.
What do black men find most attractive when it comes to hair? Let's just put it out on the table. Is it straight, braids, implants, short, nappy? What?
We have to ask black men.
No,
but I
I'm
must say
asking you. I'm asking you your experience. What is your experience?
Mostly, it's the mixed
Come on.
female
come
with
on.
the good hair, so-called good hair.
wait a minute. What is
you know,
good hair?
Light skin,
Wait a minute. Wait,
good
whoa.
hair.
What's good hair?
Well, they consider good hair the straight
Easy,
hair,
manageable.
the
Then
more.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Same thing for you?
Unfortunately, black men overwhelmingly prefer hair that is closest to white texture
Why?
because of what we have been programmed to see as beauty.
Are you saying black men prefer white women?
Okay, now you're getting into something. Okay.
I'm asking you a question.
Let's say this. I think there has been a proliferation of black men who have chosen women who are not black. And honestly, I think because there's a need to feel more human. Black people have been dehumanized.
Do you feel that black men prefer white women over black women, especially dark-skinned black women? Do you, yes or no?
Some men do.
I'm saying the effective majority. Don't give me no political, just give me the truth.
I can't speak for the, you know what, the effective majority in black men who have money.
Give me your opinion.
Black men in Hollywood, black men in sports.
All these politicians
I'm going to
on the show.
stand up for my black men, and I'm going to say they're coming around, and a lot of black men that I've been talking to lately have been saying...
Coming around from where?
From the straight and the perm, you know, and all of that, that they would like a woman to have more natural hair so they can run their fingers through it. They're having a problem now with all of these
You can't run your fingers through straight hair?
Not weaves. You can't. Not a weave. You're taking the weave with you, honey.
You encounter some difficulty with the weave. Not hating on the weaves, I'm just saying.
No, you know, do you?
Should you wear weaves at all? Why not just let your hair go the way it is?
I love it. I love it.
Final word, Yolanda, quick.
I think you can wear whatever you want to, but if you want to be natural, you shouldn't be criticized or put down because you want to wear naturals. Women have always wanted to wear their hair different all the time.
Love yourself. Thank you to TalkTainmentRadio.com show host Earth Jallo, S. Yolanda Robinson, and author Donella Martin Braddox. Thank you for joining us for Khari Free at Last on Bounce 23 TV.